Hey guys, long time no see. So I've been super busy lately with work and everything, so I haven't been able to film videos lately, so sorry about that. And honestly, I haven't been reading that much because this little thing happened in my life called Fantasy Life. It's a game for the 3DS, and I've put in like 41 hours at this point, and I got it like last week, or like maybe 2 weeks ago. So I've been literally playing that every single day because I'm in love with it. So yeah. Anyways, but Shannon over at Leaning Lights just did the announcement video for TBR Takedown 4.0, which starts at midnight tonight, and I'm super excited about it. Honestly, I really don't do that good with readathons because I like to read just like what I want to read, but because of how Shannon has set this up, there's no rules. You don't have to do the challenges. You can, but you don't have to. And I might do some of the, and I have a TBR for the challenges, but if I deviate from that, it's okay because I'm still reading and I'm still doing TBR takedown because I'm still taking off books off my TBR from reading. So that's why I think that this is probably going to be the best readathon for me because because either way I win, even if I don't stick to my TBR that I make. So that's really exciting, and I like that fact about this. So anyway, I'll just get on. Oh, and also, you guys, I got a new car, and it's so amazing, and I love it, and that's another thing I've been really busy with, is like my new car and all that stuff, and it's great, and I love it, and I'm so excited, so yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so on to the TBR. So the first challenge is a book that's been on your shelf for over a year, or like the book that's been on your TBR for the longest, which honestly for me that would be this book. It's called Destiny Never Sleeps, Quest of the Two Queens by Bernadette Thompson Martin and Janine Faulkner Barber. These are actually local authors in my around my little small area that I live in Texas. And they Janine actually signed this to me. My dad is actually friends with her, and he got this for me a long time ago, probably when I was around 13 or 14, somewhere around in there. But it says, "To Jessica, don't give up on your dreams. They could be your destiny." Because he had told her that I want to be a writer, so she did that, and that's them right there. They like photoshopped themselves on like a Pegasus, which I think is cool. But I remember I read like half of this book and I was really super into it, but then I just ended up setting it down for whatever reason. But so I never finished it. So I think I'm going to go back and reread it, and honestly I think this is probably what I'm going to choose for this challenge because it sounds really good, and I'm kind of in the mood for this right now, and I just want to know like what happens and all that stuff. But you can tell I've had this book a long time. There's a few little things on this, and you know, it's not in the best condition, but I mean, honestly, it's not that bad because I've had this book for so long. There's like a thing right here that you can tell, but that was back before I took care of my books, you guys. But yeah, so I'm excited. This is the first signed book I ever got. But yeah, I want to read this. I think it's going to be really good. And honestly, it's not even as long. Back then, I thought this book was so long. It's like 346 pages. It's so funny how your viewpoint on stuff changes when you get older. It just makes me laugh. So yeah, but it's super cool. It's got like mermaids and all this other stuff in it, and it's like these four like older people. They're like going on this trip or whatever, and they're taking a boat to get there. They end up getting like in this bad storm, and so it takes them off course, and like they end up being like shipwrecked on this random island, and it turns out it's magical, and they all turn back to how they were when they were like young adults, like in their early 20s and stuff. And it's really great though. I remember really liking this book. I just don't know why I didn't finish it, so I really want to get to this week. That'll make me happy. So the next book, this is also for the same challenge, like the longest book on your TBR, that'd be Beautiful Darkness. Honestly, this is probably neck and neck with that one on how long I've had it. I read Beautiful Creatures like 2 years ago, I think, or a year ago, something like that. anyway, so. And, I mean, I really liked it, and I really did like the movie, and I want to know what happens with Ethan and Lena, and, like, what happens. So, yeah. But I just kind of put this on there because this is the first one that popped in my head, and then when I was actually looking on my shelf, I saw this, and I was like, that's a better idea. So I might not read this one this week, but I do want to read this eventually. Hopefully I'll get to it sometime soonish, and just see if I can see what I think, so, yeah. Okay. And then the next one is a sequel, and that can be like the second book in a series, or the third, or the fourth, or whatever. It's just gotta be a sequel to a book. Anyway, so I'm gonna read The Winter's Kiss by Marie Rutowski. I have this from the library. I already had the first two out from the library, and I read them, and I really enjoyed them, and I went ahead and picked this one up when I saw it at the library, because I'm kind of like, I'm liking marathoning these. It's actually really fun, so yeah, so I grabbed this when I saw this at the library. I was like, oh my gosh, they have it in, so I was so excited, so I grabbed it as soon as I could. So yeah, I want to read this week because it has to go back to the library here pretty soon. I mean, I can renew it if I need to, but yeah. So I'm excited to read this and figure out what happens with Kestrel and Aaron and everybody, and just what all's gonna go down. I have this thing where I have to know how many pages are in each book I'm gonna read. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. 484. So, yeah. And then the next one is an out of your comfort zone book, and it's like whatever that means for you. So that would be Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. Now, this is out of my comfort zone because it's like historical fiction, romance, adult thing, and just all of that is out of my comfort zone, because I mainly read YA, and if I'm not reading YA, I'm reading like strictly fantasy, and those are like the only two genres I read. But I know that Sasha over at A Book Utopia absolutely loves this book. It's like her favorite book of all time, and I really like her, and she really sells this book to you. She makes it sound really, really good, and everybody really seems to love this book when they read it and stuff, so I think it'll be really good. So I want to read it and see what I think, and hopefully I will love it just as much as everybody else does, so yeah. And then the next one is I skipped first book in a series. Okay, so my first book in a series, and Shannon says you can read a book that you've already started, so I'm gonna finish up The Final Empire, Mistborn Book 1 by Brandon Sanderson. I am currently on page 342, and my edition, it's the UK edition, has 643 pages. Oh hey, I have like 300 pages left to go. Yay. But yeah, I want to finish this. I've been reading this for like a week. But like I said, I've been really busy, so I haven't had as much time to read as I normally do. But so most of the reading I've been getting done of this book has been when I'm at work, because like I work in like a fuel center, so when there's no customers, I can just sit and read while I'm waiting. So I do that a lot, and I get like 100 pages done each work day because I work like 8-hour shifts, so that's awesome. But yeah, I'm hoping that I'm going to get this done here pretty soon because I want to finish it. So yeah, but it's been really good. I really, really, really enjoy it. It's really weird. Like, the whole metal thing is just kind of like, parts of it go over my head, honestly, like with the pushing and the pulling, and I'm like trying to understand. I think I finally got it, but like it's still kind of like, what? How does this work? But yeah, I really enjoy it, and I think it's going to be a fun series to continue reading. I mean, I have to take some breaks between them, though, because they are huge books, and honestly, this one's not even that big. Like, the books in the Faithful and the Fallen series are way bigger than this, but I think it's just that these have like smaller font and they're super, super dense. Like, understanding like the whole metal and it, which is in a way it's kind of like its magical system in this book. Like that's kind of part of why it's taking me so long, is because I'm just trying to make sure that I understand it and then I'm getting the full experience of the book. So yeah. And then the last challenge is a book from your most recent haul. I'm cheating on this a little bit because really my most recent haul was from a library haul, which The Winter's Kiss is from my most recent library haul, but this is from my most recent like book buying haul. So, and I mean, Shannon says you can't really cheat, so still counts. But this is Sunborn Rising Beneath the Fall by Erin Safronoff. Actually heard about this on Kelly's channel over at Kelly's Book Spill. She was talking about books that she got at like BEA BookCon, and this was one of them, and she said that they let them like test the video game that's coming out with them, and I love video games, and a video game is coming out for this book. So that's really all that I heard about it, and I was just like, I'm gonna get this book and I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna play the video game and I'm gonna love my life. So, and this actually has really cool illustrations inside it that make it look like it would be a bad ass video game. Like that just looks super cool. So I think the video game would be really cool. But this looks like a fun little book to read. It's basically about these like things that are living in this forest, and you know, something's threatening them. Anyway, you know what, I'm just gonna read you the thing because I'm doing a bad job at trying to synopsis this. Cerulean, a distant world of great trees floating on an ocean surrounding a star. The Florton forests cycle light and water through their boughs into their lush canopies, but the once vibrant treescape has grown dark slowly, subtly over generations. The civilization of creatures living among the boughs believe the darkness is normal. That is, until one willful young girl named Bara discovers the hidden journal of her late father. Poring over her father's writing, Bara learns of a mysterious plague, a creeping vine choking the flow of light and water into the canopy. Her father warned the elders. He urged them to take action. Those were his last words. Together with her two best friends, a Ryoskik named Tori and a Colblatt named Pix, Bara will explore every bark, wood, and leaf of the great forest to relight her world and complete her father's story, even if it leads her beneath the fall. Yeah. So yeah, this sounds cool. And the cover is gorgeous. And I'm excited. And like I said, it's got really cool illustrations in it. Like, the illustrations, if they can make the video game look like this, it will be so freaking awesome. Like, and I hope they don't do no stupid, like, over the head view or something dumb like that that'll just ruin it. Please just be like third person view and like beautiful graphics, and just follow the story of the book, and it will be perfect. That's literally what they need to do. Oh my gosh. So like, I'm gonna go into a little bit of a rant, but like, I waited since my junior year of high school, which was like 4 or 5 years ago, and literally I waited since then for Fable Legends to come out. I finally got into the beta in like February, and then in like April, I think it was, they closed the beta down, and they completely, like, they're not releasing the game. Like, it got canceled, and Lionhead, the studios that made all the Fable games, is shut down, and I'm so upset. Like, you guys don't understand. I love Fable with all of my being, and Fable 2 is literally my favorite video game to ever exist. And the fact that I waited for that game for so long, and I honestly didn't even play the beta that much because it was so boring. It wasn't even really Fable. The only things that looked like Fable were the graphics were spectacular, which they normally are in Fable, and then the music was you know, Fable. But other than that, it really wasn't Fable. Like, you couldn't customize your own character, which is one of the big things with Fable. You had like these presets of characters that had like, some of them could do magic, some of them could do melee, and some of them could do ranged, but like, not one of them could do all of them, which is like another big thing with Fable, is that you're the one hero and you can do all of the different skills, and it just and they took away free roam, and it was like multiplayer based, and you had to wait for people, and you had to be in a party with people you didn't know, and it was so stupid. And the villain mode was overview, which is crappy, and that's why it failed, Lionhead. That's why it failed, because you didn't do the right thing by the Fable fans, and you screwed it up, and that's how I feel. Literally, all they had to do was, what they had to do was take basically like the structure of Fable 2, come up with like a new plot, like a new story to put into it, but keep all like the free roam and the customization and the you know, the ability to like buy your own house, get married, all that stuff. Keep all that and just make a new story for it. And I swear to God that they would have been like making so much money off of that, because that is really what the Fable fans want. I know, because I am a die-hard Fable fan. Like, that's what we want. We just want Fable 2 with a different story and enhanced graphics, and that's really all that it will take to please the Fable fans. I'm just saying. Okay, this is about books. I'm sorry. I had to rant because I'm so upset about that. Like, and this like whole video game about this book is just making me think about it, because I actually own the Fable Legends book that came out, because Fable releases books that go with every single video game. And I read the book, and I really liked the book. And I own the book, and the game's never coming out. I'm just upset. So, yeah. Anyway. But that game, Fantasy Life, I've been playing on my 3DS, honestly, it's rivaling Fable for me at the moment, because it's just so much fun. But I don't think it'll ever beat it, but it's getting close. Okay. But that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to show you guys all the books I plan on reading for TBR Takedown. And like I said, if I deviate from the TBR, that's cool. The only deviation I think I might do is, instead of Outlander, if I don't feel like really reading it, then for my book that's out of my comfort zone, I might read Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, because it's like creepy and kind of scary, which I'm not. I'm chicken. I don't like that kind of stuff. Like, I don't watch horror movies at all, so that's kind of out of my comfort zone, because I know it's not really scary. Everybody says it's not really scary, but like, I am like a weakling, and it probably would be a little scary for me, so I don't know. Anyway, so yep, okay, that's all. So I'm gonna let you guys go and stop ranting, but yeah, hope you guys are having a good day and everything's going well for you. I'm sorry if I sound a little weird in this video, but I had to put some Orajel in my mouth because I have sores up here, and I'm getting scared that maybe my wisdom teeth are trying to come in, which is scary, because it's like on both sides of my mouth, kind of like in the exact same spot, kind of in the back, so I'm thinking that it might be like my wisdom teeth are trying to come through, which is like super scary, because I don't want to have to go and get them taken out or anything, but you know, so that's why I've been talking weird through this whole video, because it just kind of hurts right now. But yeah, but I wanted to film this video because I was in the mood, and I had watched the announcement for it, and so yeah, that's what I did. Anyway, so I'm gonna let you guys go, but yeah, I hope everything is going great, and if you're participating in the readathon, TBR Takedown, just let me know, and yeah, I think that's about it. So if there's any Fable fans out there, you can rant with me about Fable Legends, because I'm with you on it. Alright. Bye, guys.